United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Mr. Knapp. Mrs. Green.
Here.
Mr. Wright. Here. Mr. Druschel. Here. Mr. Jeff Orr. Here. Mr. Dockor.
Here.
Mrs. Miller.
Here.
Mr. Mayor. Here. You have a quorum, Madam President.
Thank you. Approve the minutes. Someone want to make a motion to approve the minutes for January 19, 2026? I'll make a motion to approve the minutes. A second. Any comments?
Yeah,
Corrections? Go
I
ahead.
would like to know why we got two national fuel gas bills all for the same address.
We haven't got the minutes right now.
Oh, I'm sorry.
You just want to keep track of that.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. Anybody have any corrections, comments? All those in favor?
Aye.
Any nays? On to the bills. Someone want to make a motion for the bills?
I'll make the motion.
Yeah, is there a second?
I'll second.
There's a second. Are there any comments on the bills?
Yes. I'd like to know why we got two gas bills for the same address. And, where we at? It's on the first page of the second section. Corresponding down 56922 and 56923. Okay. You guess that's the same thing.
What address?
That's the same address. That's what this is good for, man.
Oh, Lexington. It's on the first page.
Well, one's 302 mechanic and one's 24 Main.
Same address.
But the service is where?
24 Main is the old, I don't know. 302 mechanic is, public works. Yeah, billing address is Girard, is the same.
It's 34 Main is the billing, but where's the service?
Service is, there's one for here, and then there's one for, mechanic street.
That's public works.
Public
That's
Works.
public works.
Right,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah. Just wanted to be sure.
Any other comments? No?
The 200,000, that's our payment to the electrical company, is that right, Rob?
That's correct.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Any nays? Comments from the residents? I thought Nick was on.
Greg Mitchell, 511 Keyboard Drive. Hello, everybody. It's been 5 years since we began recycling our glass, and I've done an annual report every February for the last 5 years. We began recycling glass with Bayfront glass, and then we went to Prism glass, and now we're with Pro Waste. We have consistently yielded 6,000 pounds per month of recycling glass. So a total of 351,500 pounds we recycled in the last 5 years. This is kind of a hobby with me. I manage this program, and I fish out things that don't belong. And I have to say that it's not that difficult because our community has been extremely respectful of the bottles and jars, caps only, clean bottles and jars. And that's pretty much what we're getting. Once in a while, I'll pull out a ceramic mug or an aluminum can or a light bulb or something. But for the most part, our community really seems to appreciate what we're doing. It's sponsored by Girard Borough taxpayers and hosted by AF Dover Hose. So it's a really nice joint venture. And I, I hope we can continue. People, I speak to people when I'm there doing my thing, and they really appreciate that. Appreciate the service and the fact that we're making good use of glass that would normally end up in the landfill. So this is 351,000 pounds that we have kept out of landfill. It's pretty fun. I'd like to introduce Nick Reinhardt from AF Dover Hose. Nick is our captain, and he'd like to tell a little bit about what we have going on.
All right. So as you know, I'm Nick Reinhardt. I'm captain with AF Dover Hose and Ladder Company. We acquired a structure over on Church Street, 129 Church Street, for training purposes. They wanted that building demoed, so we're using it for live training, live burn training. So we're going to be burning the house down March 21st and 22nd. We're going to have about 6 to 7 fire simulations on Saturday, and then we'll have a couple more on Sunday, and then we'll be burning the house down to the ground on Sunday. I've been in talks with the borough manager about our water source. We're going to be using a tanker shuttle, what we call a tanker shuttle. So we'll have 2 portable ponds out on Church Street, and then we'll have tankers from Platia. Franklin Township said they would come and assist us and fill those ponds so we don't have to use the hydrants. In the case of an emergency, if something goes sideways, we were approved to use the hydrants in a true emergency. But yeah, we're going to have a designated hose line to protect the neighbor's house next door. So we'll have that in place. I've already talked to the neighbor. He's well aware of it, very understanding, willing to help us out any way he can. So we'll have a designated engine just for his house and that shed behind that house. Behind the house we're burning, because they're still using that shed for their lawn equipment and stuff like that. So this house has been kind of a headache since we took it over for demolition purposes. According for us to do the burn, we have a number of steps through the fire service that we have to do. I've already contacted an instructor. We came up with these dates. It's going to be March 20th through the 22nd, but those burns are going to happen on the 21st and 22nd. The 20th will be classroom stuff for the firefighters. We're going to have 24 students in the class, on top of probably 6 to 7 state fire instructors on site. And
Now, are the neighbors, all the neighbors, going to be notified with a letter or something?
Yep,
saying
I have.
to do that?
From the borough manager, he requested that I come up with a letter. So I have this letter to put on the Facebook
Okay,
Girard Borough page. I'm going to personally go around to all the neighbors on that block to introduce myself, explain what we're doing, and also hand them a letter from Girard. So I have that for you. If anybody else wants a letter, I have like 4 extra. I didn't know what I was getting into today, so. But yeah, been in contact with the Borough Electric to try to remove the lines from the house because those are still active. But we have to get the asbestos removed from the house, and that was a $7,800 bill.
that's where the 78, okay.
The $7,800 is for the asbestos removal from a state asbestos remover. I don't know what his true title is, but he's one of 2 people in Erie County that removes the asbestos, disposes of it properly. There's over 2,000 square feet of asbestos in that house. So it's been, like I said, it's been turning into quite a headache trying to get all
Now,
that
is the
stuff
fire
out of there.
department gonna have to pay the 7,800?
We've already approved to pay the $7,800. The cemetery committee has already gave us some money, and then with the, we charged $100 per student per class to help recoup that. Yesterday I put it on a work detail. About 12 of us removed all the aluminum siding off that house, as much as we could until we get the Borough Electric to go over there and remove the power lines. We removed all that and we recouped about $472 from the recycling place over in Conneaut today with the load that we took over. So we still have a little bit more to take over there, but
Now, this $100 per student, is that students with the local fire department?
yeah, so we have one from Monroeville down in by Pittsburgh. We have one from Springfield, couple from Fuller. So I put this out to any fire department in Erie County. It's also on Butler Community's page. So anybody throughout the state has my
Oh,
contact info. They know we're doing advanced burn. If they want in on that class, they can contact me directly. If I have spots open, I'll fill them with those spots and then we'll get them
Is that a
going.
garage also? Is there a garage in the back?
There is a garage in the back. That hose line that's protecting the house next door is also going to be designated to keep an eye on both.
So
So
to keep the garage, we're not taking the garage.
we're not taking the garage down because, like I said, they're keeping the lawnmower and lawn equipment for the cemetery in that
So
garage.
that property is cemetery property?
Yes.
All set.
Yeah, they bought that a couple, 2-3 years ago. I don't know exactly when they bought it, but they wanted it demoed for more plots. So we're
Did you have a
Good luck.
comment?
Yes, I just, with the borough trees being right out front, there's 3 of them out there. What protection they're gonna get and what's gonna happen once you do kill them.
well. I haven't really got to that point. I mean, it's going to be hot. It's an old house. So we'll try to do the best we can to keep some water on those trees, but there is going to be some, I mean, they are going to get some heat.
Yeah, they're gonna get,
So no matter what, they're going to get heat. So
is there gonna be any provisions for them to be taken down and then replaced?
that
after
would
they've
be
been
up to the cemetery committee and the borough to handle. We're protecting the house and the house next, or the house next door and the garage.
Well, it's the same thing, the borough's gonna have to end up paying for that at some time, which is, the community's gonna have to pay for those trees.
Are those the locusts?
Now they're all, red maples,
Oh,
three red maples.
oh. Are they on the berm?
Yeah, they're
Or-
berm.
So they're far enough away from the house that they won't get directly burned, and we'll try and keep some water on those. Now that I know about it, I'll make sure that we spray water on them every now and then just to keep them hydrated. Is what you want to call it? I don't really know.
That'd be more or less, it has to be hydrated the whole time because
Right.
as soon as that heat dries them out, all those branches will die.
Right. Well,
The whole half of the tree will be dead.
and in March too, we still might have some snow on the ground, so that's gonna help keep the trees alive too. And then with the heat and stuff, it's gonna melt the snow and that'll give it hydration as well. So
March is the main time when trees are growing. All the
Right.
sap is going up to the trees, which is gonna make them.
right. But yeah, like I said, we'll try and put some water on it and try to keep those hydrated as well. Cause I know that's a main thing
Yeah,
around.
we already have a big problem with trees in our area and prices with trees.
Right.
It's just gonna be another expense for us down the road.
Nick,
I hear you.
when do you know that you have this money for, when do they have to have payment of this for the asbestos?
So I already told him to go ahead and do it. So we haven't received a bill yet. Obviously, he hasn't done it. He's gonna be here the end of February, beginning of March. He hasn't given me a specific date, but he's supposed to have that out, all of it out of the house by then. I've been in talks with the borough or the cemetery committee. They want to take the hot water tank and the furnace out because those are still somewhat newer.
Okay.
So they're removing that out. And then, yeah, we removed the siding and stuff like that. So,
Okay. Very good.
oh yeah, I almost forgot about that. So one of our state fire instructors, Fred Gillespie, he's well known. He's a deputy chief for the Erie Fire Department.
Yeah.
He is bringing the city mayor of Erie out. She is going to participate while the firefighters are on break in a live burn session. Erie Fire Department is outfitting her in Erie Fire Department gear. So she'll be out here and participating in the training as well, just to see what firefighters do.
It's a mirror, Erie you bring. have
Yeah,
on
what was her name again?
There.
Darla.
Yeah.
Is it Darla?
Devlin.
Devlin, yeah.
Also county executive.
And the county,
What's
I
the-
extended the info to the county executive, so she was really excited. We sent her
Okay,
person an email, and she'll also be out here. So the news will also be out here covering
right,
our burn as well. So
okay, very good. All right.
so
That'll probably be Sunday.
Saturday they're gonna be out there. Yeah, I made sure I found out which day Mayor of Erie will be out there Saturday. So if you wanted to join in, let me know. I'm sure we got some gear around the station. We got we got some gear for you. So, any other comments, questions, concerns for me?
You're doing the cemetery a big favor, Nick, so thank you.
Yeah. Yeah, we get these buildings every once in a while, so we took the opportunity, and I know the expense was a little much, but we're trying to recoup the money as much as possible. So $100 per student from each fire department is not asking a lot. We're also accepting donations for lunches that day
Oh, okay.
for the firefighters. We got $50 donated from Jake Vance's office already to help out with lunches. And that's for Saturday and Sunday. So if there's any other donors that would like to help donate to offset the cost for the cemetery committee and the fire department, we'll be graciously accepting donations for that.
Very good.
So
I do have one more, with it's not gonna be smoldering for days like other ones have.
no, it shouldn't. But like any fire, it does
makes the whole
smolder.
town Smell
Yeah, and
and
If-
they
like I
lead
said,
paint.
it's an old house. It's very well built. We've already run into that problem. So
Lead
trying to
paint
tear
in it.
stuff out of there. So
All of that paint too, that
yeah, and we got someone on fire watch even after the burn. So in case something does flare up, they'll be on.
there'll
They'll be
more
on.
toxins in the air from the lead paint and all the other.
Well, and most of that should be removed. There's not a whole lot of paint in there. It's all wallpaper that has asbestos.
outside of the house.
Well, yeah, that's all wood and stuff like that on the outside. So
Good luck.
Okay. Thank you very much.
thank you.
All right.
I'll give this letter to you.
Yeah.
Anybody else want one of these?
Is there anyone else who wants to address? Okay, let's continue on. Committee reports. West County Emergency Management.
I had turned papers in, but I haven't received them. They were supposed to be in the packet.
Of the report.
When did you turn them? You turned them into me?
Yes, I did.
When?
After your last meeting.
Day of that. I'll tell you what. Hang on. It was. Oh, I'm sorry.
Did you have a meeting?
There was none. None in February.
All right.
Okay.
Paramedic Association?
Yeah, just real briefly, I had Rob send you all a PowerPoint presentation that Jamie Snyder put together for the new board members out at the paramedics. And I don't want to go through it all with you. It's useful if you want to read it. It really is helpful to understand. But the one thing I would emphasize for you is the cost of readiness concept. And they're making almost 4,000 calls a year. And the cost of readiness, just to staff the place, to make sure that that call can be answered appropriately, is $488.76. Now that's being covered very nicely with the contributions that all of the participating municipalities are making. In addition, they've made leaps and bounds in improving their billing, following up on various collection accounts, and the organization is really doing well compared to where it came from. But if you wanted to take a look at this and go through it, it would give you a real heads up view of what's going on out there. And Rob sent that to you on,
Did everybody open it up?
January 26th.
Did you?
So hopefully y'all read it, and if you did, that's my case. I have nothing more to say. I think it covers it pretty well.
That's very nice of them. I couldn't open it up, that's what I was asking for everybody else. To take over.
Well, I'm happily let you read mine.
Thank you so much. All right, administrative reports. Rob,
First up is the mutual aid agreement with Lake City. It's resolution 1-2-2026. So we talked briefly about this, every year. This would set the Girard Borough and Lake City with mutual aid. I also enclosed their mutual aid agreement, that they've already done.
so we need a vote. Somebody wanna make a motion on 1/2/26?
That's an annual thing we do every year. I'll make a
Yeah, and
motion.
it's exclusive of what we're talking about with any mergers.
I'll second it.
You second? Any comments about it? No? All those in favor?
Aye.
Any nays?
Thank you. Number 2, resolution 2-2-2026, suspending chapter 112 of, it's the alcoholic beverages, during municipal events and Girard Lake City Chamber of Commerce events for 2026. We did the same thing for the past 2 years. So I assume.
This is for like Dan Rice Days.
Is this kind of
Walk, walk, and,
catch-all as opposed to just doing it
Right.
individually?
yes.
Yeah,
And you're talking about block parties, art walks.
Art
that
walk.
type of thing.
Correct. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah,
Someone
I'll
you wanna make a motion?
make the motion.
Is there a second? I'll second that. All in favor?
Aye.
Nays? That passes. Okay.
On February 11th, 2026, there was a meeting with the DCED. There was a consultant on board that has been assigned. In March, at the next meeting in March, the council will be asked to approve a letter of understanding with the DCED. So this has been going on for almost a year now with the DCED. They've had trouble getting consultants to help with this police reorganization. There's quite a few people on the meeting. Lake City was there, Girard Township was there, Albion Borough was there, and of course we were there. All very well represented. And not really too sure what to say or where it's going. But what did you think, Mr. Mayor?
I think they hired a good person from the other side of the state.
Yeah.
He's gonna look into the possibilities of merging or starting a regional police force. At this point, it doesn't cost us anything, and I think, other than we've had to gather a lot of information about our police department, the chief and Rob have worked very hard filling out many, many pages on this, but I don't think it hurts us to continue at this point. Girard Township said if we're not interested at all, should we participate in the beginning? And they kind of agreed that they should, because it's not costing them anything, but I think it's gonna be a tough sell to the Girard Township if they have to pay for a regional police department when they're getting service from the state police for free. So,
He sure had a background.
yeah,
Who's participating again, Rob? Girard Borough,
Girard Borough, Lake City Borough,
George
Girard
Township.
Township, and Albion Borough.
so the ones that we would be regionalizing with, right? Other than
Correct.
township, that showed up.
I think down the road, there would be other municipalities that were interested, like Buckeye and Cranesville possibly, but
Fairview, Fairview's that.
Fairview.
Fairview's already
Fairview,
got the
yeah.
auspices.
Fairview has a working relationship with Mill Creek on the recycling center, so if they ever don't have state police protection, they would probably work with Mill Creek because they already have a working relationship with them, is what we were told. And I think it could get as big as you want, but I think the idea was to talk to the closest municipalities before we went into Springfield and stuff like that.
And it may never come to pass,
Right.
you know, but it's just one of those things that it's kind of like a what if.
Well, we're further along this time than we've ever
Yeah.
done.
Yeah. And ideally, the footprint for it would be the same as the paramedics, you know, with all of the municipalities participating, because I've said it, you know, and you've heard me say it again and again, it doesn't make any sense for Albion to participate without the intervening municipalities being involved, you know, as far as I'm concerned. Because it's, right now, they're an island out there.
Right.
And they made it very clear during the meeting that they have side-by-side four-wheelers going down the center of the road to Country Fair.
Oh,
It's,
They seem very interested
they,
in.
they should be, because they have a serious problem out there,
and they,
no question.
they don't see the state police on a regular basis.
Don't have to tell me that.
But,
Ginger, I don't mean to put you on the spot, but would you care to say anything on behalf of Lake City as far
I
as
just
the?
know that we participated in this.
Okay.
As well.
So it's out there. Number 4, the civil service test took place on February 8th and produced one viable applicant. I'm sure the mayor and the chief will talk more about that later. Item number 5, we can void that. Council only runs in odd years, elections in even years, so doesn't change the date of the primary. It's still May 19th, but there won't be any council.
I'd like to see 2 elections, just one to see what happens. And that's why you can run a couple times.
Well, I read that Saturday afternoon and I said, what? And I sent Rob a text, and I want to say that I cleaned the text up for PG purposes. But,
I was gonna say, you're gonna be late already.
Yeah, this being human making mistakes things is really tough on me sometimes.
Good luck to you.
Item number 6, trees. So we did properly advertise this meeting under the requirements of the Borough Code. The following, the trees that were advertised, everyone has been notified.
Guess what? My tree is on it. How
Yeah.
many years? We got him. How many years? 20.
This is the honey locust
Yeah.
list.
So these are all locust
Phase
trees.
All
1, all
locusts.
but 5.
Nancy too?
Huh?
Nancy.
Nancy called.
I know, she did, she called me, she was calling to thank them
Yeah.
for putting her on the list.
How many trees on this, out of this group?
There's 36.
36. And I drove around and looked at these today, so some locations had more than one tree on it, right? Like Randy's got 2 in front of your house, right? Are 2 coming down or just 1 coming down?
If they're both honey locusts, they're both coming
Are
out.
they both honey locusts?
Well, across the street, they have them.
And I think we're taking a hit on Riley with trees, so
Oh, that's a shame.
we're taking a hit on Hathaway with trees. So I just strongly encourage that we try to replace these trees
Oh, yeah,
with something that, otherwise it's gonna look quite bare in some areas.
But we don't have to though.
No, but the letter, and correct me if I'm wrong, the letter said, unless if the homeowner feels differently, the borough plans to plant trees.
Okay.
Yeah.
I know the Van Sachs area there on Rice Avenue, there's probably a good number of trees coming down. That's pretty bare through there. I don't know if there's probably 8 trees there. There's big trees that are coming down.
As long as they lose their leaves.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Would you have 2 of them?
Well, the 2 I had there before, or the 3 I had there before, November, they
Oh,
still
I
had
know.
leaves on it. And it would snow, and then I'd have leaves all over with snow. So these ones came in, and by October, the end of October, they're gone.
Come on over to my
So,
house, Randy.
As long as they,
I know, say, come to mine.
as long as they lose the leaves before.
Oh, we got to put that on the calendar. This is when they have to be.
Yeah.
Oh, all right.
Or I might have to hire the fire company.
So item number 7, also having to do with the trees. The tree bid was open February 11th, 10 a.m. One bidder, Bentley Tree, The tree price was $62,118.49. The stump price was $10,311.71, and reclamation was $6,869.80. So that was a whole heck of a lot more than I had ever guessed. So what I'm asking council to do is just to award the tree removal price of $62,118.49. And we will still get the stumping done, but it'll be handled differently, and the borough will handle the reclamation as we always have for these.
49 cents. Really?
Well, a lot of that has to do with prevailing wage,
Oh, all
because
right.
that was the,
What do you have in mind for stump removal?
we would find somebody
We don't
who can do it.
something that had a lesser cost than this, don't you think?
I'm surprised because, Jake Thomas told me he wanted to bid on it. Was it at, I mean, like, I know you probably advertised this.
We did advertise.
I'm
Did he go down
surprised
south
there's
with
only
this?
There's some that, there'd be more companies that would be interested.
Anybody,
I said I was surprised to see there was only one company that bid on that. It
Oh.
seems like there'd be more tree people around here.
yeah,
Somebody,
I had the bids, anybody could have asked for one.
So that 6,000 for reclamation is taken out of that 62?
Same as the stump, yeah.
Okay. Both those will be removed from that.
Yeah, so the
No, 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 no.
62,000 is the price for the trees.
Just the
That's not what
trees.
Just the trees.
so
Yeah,
those
so
would have
then
been.
It won't be taken.
Right, so you're not reducing 62, you're asking for 62.
That's correct,
You're asking for 62,11849.
correct.
Someone want to make a motion for that?
Just a question,
All right.
in comparison to prior tree removal prices, how much higher is that?
I've never done prevailing wage before. We've always just kept it under.
So normally that would be 45,000, would be 40, you said, which you thought was pretty,
Yeah.
quite high. Someone that's
It is-
paying
it's a
20,000
lot
more than we normally pay.
Prevailing wage adds a lot.
I know when I talked to Jake Thomas about a year ago, he was about $800 a tree. And if you did that times 36, it's only 28,000. Can we hold off, and let me make that phone call again, or do you want to move forward tonight with that?
Well, council can, but if we rebid, then he already knows what his competition is gonna be bidding. I don't know if that's fair.
Well, Joe's on the line.
It's Joe on that.
There's a big difference from 28,000 to 62,000.
Was he aware that it was gonna be prevailing wage?
He just quoted you just per tree.
But he knew it was for the municipality.
If he didn't know it was prevailing wage,
So we can't go with.
Can you legally do that? I guess that's the question.
yeah.
You can reject that.
We
You
can
can
reject
reject the bid, certainly, but if he calls Thomas and Thomas undercuts that bid, then this guy's got a legitimate beef. And I don't know
But he
where
can
that would
can
go.
he
I would
rebid?
refer that to Joe.
Can't Bentley rebid it?
If you reject the only bid you receive and vote to rebid,
Right.
re-advertise, presumably Bentley will rebid unless he doesn't want to waste his time, but he would know perhaps that other bidders might enter the picture and he might sharpen his bid. But I mean, it's
don't
like
know.
starting.
You don't know, it's like starting from scratch.
Right.
When you advertise
reject
it,
the bid
you
clearly.
advertise it in the West County Journal.
Yes.
Do we have Joe with us?
Joe, you there?
Yes, I am.
What do we do?
What's the question? What's the question?
Well, Bentley Tree has submitted a bid for cutting down trees of $62,000 and some.
I see that.
Okay, you see that, that's item 7. Now, Pete has indicated that for, JT Thomas would do it for 800 a tree, which would be substantially less. The concern is if we reject this 62,000 bid, and then JT Thomas submits the 28, knowing what that 62 is, does that give, the first bidder, Bentley, cause of action to sue us or try and get some money out of us?
I don't think so, because we can deny all bids and it can be rebid.
Okay.
It doesn't make sense to me that you'd have that argument. I understand Bentley's at a disadvantage,
Sure.
but if Thomas really is cheaper, I think it behooves the borough to rebid it, if that's, and I don't know what Bentley's going to do. I mean, they could, but they don't know what Thomas's bid is going to be, right?
Well, and Rob said also that it was predicated on prevailing wage, the 62.
Okay.
And
Yes.
so that may not be the way that Thomas quoted the first amount of money that Pete is referring to.
Thomas hasn't put in a bid, right?
Yes, they have.
No,
Nobody else did,
wait.
right?
Only-
Bentley was the
only one
only bidder,
bid.
Rob?
Correct, one bidder.
Oh, you
Yeah,
say Thomas.
Bentley was the only bidder, Joe.
there's Peter.
Yeah. Okay. So that certainly gives Thomas a leg up, because they know what Bentley's bid is.
Right.
I don't know what Thomas's bid eventually will be, because that 800 per tree may or may not include the prevailing wage situation, right?
Most probably not, but it may not. It
Right.
may not make a difference. but
If you,
might.
if you ask Thomas for a bid and you get a bid from Thomas and Thomas's bid is less, can you go back to Bentley and say, hey, here's what we got from Thomas, do you want to match, can you able to match the bid? That's what you're doing with Thomas.
Right, but you still, you got.
You're going to Thomas and saying, hey,
Reject this one and then start all over again.
we're talking like it's only Thomas, but Girard
There
can
might
bid,
be-
could be,
you could get
could
more
be a
people,
bunch of bidders.
yeah.
Yeah.
Can I ask?
That's
prevailing
true.
wages,
You could get other bidders.
so that they're determining how long it takes that individual company to take down a tree,
Yeah.
to figure out how many hours they're
Prevailing
Charging.
wage is the wage that the state mandates that
Right.
workers get paid.
per hour, that was what I'm saying.
That's
Yes.
It's not
So when
cheap.
they-
Where other
they're
people don't pay.
Figuring
you
this
know,
out, they know how long it takes them to take a tree down.
Yeah, but they don't pay prevailing wage, which is life sustaining for families.
this is
Isn't
high.
Does council think that we could get a substantially less by just having a rebid?
How confident are you?
I mean,
Oh, yeah, I think if
Part-
you took this bid to several or a few more than just Bentley, I think they missed it, because Thomas told me he'd very much like to do it, and then he didn't bid. So I think he didn't see it in the West County paper. It goes back to Steve J's comment, nobody really reads this, for that, you know what I mean?
No, it's down to two little slices of paper.
Mm.
You know, you need to start putting this stuff on Facebook. You got the text messaging system. It's getting disappointing. Other boroughs and municipalities are televising meetings, putting them on their Facebook pages, but we're back here in 1950.
So I'd like to
We need to
get
step it up.
it to other tree companies personally, if we're able to do that.
All right.
So we need a motion to do that. Very good. To reject it. And somebody wanna make a motion to reject the bid?
I'll make the motion.
Okay. Is there a second?
I'll second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Nays? Okay. So we start over.
So let me understand, because I'm only hearing parts of conversations. You're going to rebid this, right?
Correct.
Okay. Well, you have the right to do that.
Right.
We just did.
Yeah, we did.
Robert, you're gonna have the bid stump and reclamation too.
I think it'd be smart to just do the tree.
Are you confident that the borough crew can take out the stumps and do the reclamation?
Oh, I'd find somebody else to do the stumps.
Okay.
Or see what, we would just be calling it 3 different projects at that point. And the public works can do the reclamation part. We were just, with everything else going on, we were just trying to see if we could get everything taken care of. But, yeah. Matter of fact, I could theoretically bid less trees and that way,
But let's stick
the
to
price
price
would be
lower, you know, let's stick to 36.
Well,
I'll get a
take
copy.
G's up now.
No, I mean, didn't we say that we were gonna try to take down about 36 a year for?
30 something, yeah.
Yeah.
And that's what this is.
Yeah, correct, right. If I could take the bid proposal around to the several companies that I think would be interested, I'd like to do that and then reconvene next month, so.
Okay,
So, to be clear, it's not just Peter taking it around, it's
We're gonna
advertising.
The advertising.
oh,
Yeah.
yeah,
They're interested in bidding,
Yeah.
they get a packet, and they open sealed bid, right? Yeah.
Well, and the point being, I think you have to accept the fact that perhaps it's not being seen as much as it needs to be seen. And maybe we need to take a look at where we're putting our advertisement for something like this. And I'm wondering if it's not worth it to go ahead and throw it in the Erie paper and the legal notices in the Erie paper. You know, you pay the freight, there's no question about that.
Even
Yeah.
docket reports.
Make an objection, then nobody had an opportunity to see it. You know,
We'll rebid it.
yeah.
well, there's no question we're rebidding it. The question is, where are we advertising?
Right.
At this point.
If you aren't getting anybody through the one paper, you might as well expand to another paper. I'll give you my observation, not necessarily local tree removal, but in my business of contracting. If I'm doing a project in the middle of Forest County, there's no reason for me to put an ad in the Erie paper. And not many people are gonna see it in the Forest County Journal. But I'll send a copy of the advertisement to 15 contractors. The word will get out there. So
That's,
I guess Peter's point is he takes it around to the local folks.
That's what I wondered, if you could mail a letter to the different tree removal companies,
So
asking
you
them
meet the
if they
legal,
want
you meet the legal requirement of advertising, do it the cheapest way, not Erie, but
to, right,
here.
Yeah.
But just make sure that your local folks know about it.
Good, don't take
Put it on the Girard Facebook page. That'll get it out there.
number 8.
Number 8, American Municipal Power. So on February 13th, representatives from American Municipal Power held a meeting with the borough to discuss 2 projects. So the first project is a 1 megawatt agreement with Avangrid from, it's their Bright Mountain Solar Project. It's located in eastern Kentucky. The project and purchase agreement are planned for January 1, 2028 start. Average price is $65 a megawatt and term is 25 years. Second project is a 0.03 megawatt agreement, including duct firing, and that's with Potomac Energy Center from their existing combined cycle power plant in the PJM Virginia Dominion zone. The purchase agreement is planned for June 1, 2026 start, term of 15 years, and the average price of $63.11 per megawatt. So, Jeff, you were there, Jeannie, you were there, and Doc, you were there. Both of these seem like reasonably priced projects. These are not purchasing the project, it's purchasing the power from the project. So this isn't like Fremont where we're investing in a natural gas plant. We're not investing in these projects, we're merely purchasing the power. And we still have roughly 30% of our portfolio open, and the solar project would cover about 7% of that. And this continues with what AMP has been trying to do, which is to diversify our electric portfolio so that we don't have a whole lot of exposure to any one type of generation. So we're not heavily into solar or heavily into wind or heavily into hydro. Even though we do have wind, we do have hydro, we do have natural gas. This would just be a little bit more natural gas and then a slice of solar.
Okay.
Yeah, for the next, solar would be 25 years. The other, natural gas project would be 15. The council's in favor of this, but all I really need is a head nod. I can, advertise the ordinance.
See no reason?
The 2026 seal coating project will finish up the center of the borough and extend to the eastern end of the borough. So this will be the end of the first of a 3-year seal coating that we started 3 years ago. So basically, this is from Olin Avenue over to Trinity Drive. And we would be working with Mark Corey, who has the biggest bid probably in the state for seal coating. You're over 1 million square feet of
Square yards.
square yards.
Million and a quarter.
When does it start? Did they say when it starts?
We'll open bids at the end of March. And you'll get scheduled.
After that?
It's probably a dumb question, but explain to me seal coating project.
Tar and chip.
Okay, I thought that.
Pine trees starting to open.
Listen,
Just kidding.
you
Since
better
it's free,
be.
you live there all the time.
Hey.
It's only been a year, right?
Yeah, seriously.
Yeah.
Wears right out, doesn't it, George? It seems like. it.
Oh,
It's pretty much fresh.
Is there a chance to raise some of the catch basins
Sure.
before they do the seal coating?
Yes.
Thank you.
He had said before about just needing a list, like what do we need to do for the list? If there's something specific that's really got your, yeah, just hand me a list of the street and even the house number, so we know where we're headed.
Well, we switch that pothole on Main Street right by the manhole at the intersection with Affluent. Frankly, break your ass on.
now wait a minute. You go around on Church Street at the light.
There's one there too,
Yeah.
but there's,
Oh,
Actually, that sewer grade's sinking.
yeah.
It's probably dropped 4 inches this winter.
has it?
Yep, I
don't
hit
know.
it the other day.
You hope there isn't a car there when you come so you can go
Yeah.
around.
So you can go
Well,
wide.
everybody makes a move to go around it. We practically have to go out the other way.
Right. Number 10.
Number 10, we already talked about, as far as 129 Church Street. So, the road will be closed on that Saturday, the 21st, from 8 to 2, and then Sunday, the road will be closed from 8 until the project is completed. So, I think Nick pretty much covered everything else. It says this property is owned by the Girard Cemetery and the house will be raised, but the garage behind the house will remain and be used for equipment storage. Item number 11 is backhoe, which is still in the shop. We're gonna give it another week, and then I think we're probably gonna have to look at either renting something or getting a demo for a while, or calling it quits and getting a new one. But let's keep the faith for right now.
Will the dentist give you one as a demo? Any of the companies around here?
Well, if we're interested in buying one, they might bring us up a demo for a week. We could use it and try it. I mean, this has been over there since, I'm gonna say the 20th of
6 weeks?
December. They thought they had it fixed and then they had to get back into it. And as of today, they didn't have they were gonna tear the transmission out. And did not have the transmission tore out of it today yet. Hoping he's gonna give me a call once he figures out what's wrong.
Okay.
Maybe have that trial run during our busiest time of the year.
We've been very fortunate this time of year. We borrowed the townships a couple times.
Yeah.
But it's been good busy.
Okay.
So under miscellaneous, The flush schedule this year for the water flushing is March 16th through April 10th. We start a little bit earlier this year. Hopefully, the fire department will not need to use the borough's water system, but if they do, then at least we'll have a good bit of the flushing in that area taken care of. So hopefully we'll minimal disruption. But I do have to thank Nick for organizing the tankers to come in and help with that controlled burn of the house. That's very helpful for us. Also, I just wanted to mention the post office had failure to deliver. We're not sure exactly how many of the bills this month did not get delivered. We're thinking somewhere between a third and half. We do 3 full trays of mail every month to go out. Been doing it for before I got here, and we deliver them to Albion. Where they go from there, we don't know. I called down to Albion. They said they go to Pittsburgh. After that, they don't know. So tomorrow I'm going to be calling Mike Kelly's office and see if they want to tell Mike Kelly the same thing, or if they want to find them and get them delivered. 16 days is too long for mail delivery, even though it's bulk. It's too long. So what I'm asking from council, I'd like to delay or eliminate the fees for this month, so that it's fair to people who didn't get a bill.
Yeah.
I mean, we all get busy, we all get carried away, we all know we have to pay the bill, but when you expect it in the mail and it doesn't show, I can see where a person could be very confused by that. We probably fielded about 120 calls, so that's easily 10% of the mailing. And those are the people that religiously look at their bills, look for their bills so they can get them paid. So it's been quite the disruption to the office, and to just have the post office say, we don't know. That's their 100% complete answer. We don't know. When they're probably a tray or two sitting in the corner somewhere is what's happening.
Rob, why do they go to Albion? What's the reason behind that?
All bulk mailing from West County goes to Albion. We're not permitted to take it anywhere else. So it's been that way about 3 years, and other than the terrible inconvenience to us to have to drive down there and back every month, the mail delivery has been good. I'm assuming they did that for some kind of economies of scale.
If I may, I was at I believe it was either the Pontiac Township meeting or the Cranesville meeting last week, and they're having the same problem. And they did get to talk to people in Pittsburgh, and they were told that they won't send a mail truck up from Pittsburgh until the truck is completely full to rural communities. So I don't know if that helps give you an answer.
I thought, Larry didn't get one.
But this is the first time
Yeah.
in all these years, first time.
The same with them.
Okay.
When you're talking to Mike Kelly, maybe we get the sorting in back to Erie. Instead of back there.
Yeah. We need one.
No, you get any action out of Kelly's office.
That's it then?
Yeah, spring executive session. The first one.
Okay. On to the mayor.
So, I've been working with the Hagan History Center on some, half barrels, for the summer on Main Street, with sunflowers in them. They found a source for $60 or $80 a barrel, a half barrel to plant these in planters for in town. They're not sure now that they want to pay for it, so, we need to talk about that at the downtown and maybe the chamber. But I do think it would be a good idea to do these.
Yeah, $60, $80.
Yeah,
They have much cheaper ones at Dollar General.
and they're the full size barrels, Steve.
No, they're not the full size barrels. They're like a half barrel.
Okay.
But
You mean this way?
yeah,
Yeah.
I'm not sure exactly what they're looking at for $60, $80. Is that what it is? A full-size wooden barrel?
Yeah, but it's cut in half or it's
It's
plastic.
cut in half,
That's
okay. The problem with those don't last long at all.
Yeah.
They fall apart quite easily.
Yeah.
So you
They
gotta
are
know.
they are resin, they're not wood, Judd, I wanna make sure.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But they felt the smaller ones might, take a tip over from passerbyers or, a car bumper, you know, where the bigger ones, the full-size barrel, even though they're resin, filled with dirt, they're hard to tip over from people that are being funny, so. And also there was an interest on several businesses that weren't in the downtown, for example, Dan McQuillan, and a couple other businesses on that side of town, they would like to also be able to purchase their own, from the same supplier, so they all match, so. So I'll report back on that next month.
How big are the barrels?
They're the regular like barrels, you know, maybe 3 foot in diameter, 2.5 but they're cut in half, so they're, you know, maybe 2.5 feet tall.
So they would be placed out there during
The summer.
summer, and then they'd be taken off, so they would be
Correct.
there year round.
That is correct.
How many barrels are we talking?
At least 12 for downtown, and I would say there's probably another 10 businesses that would like to get them.
Okay.
Did you say you donate, Steve?
I might.
Thank you very much.
If you have a supplier, Steve, maybe
Yeah.
you
You know, I can look into that
Okay.
and see what some of the other garden centers have. And see if we can find something comparable
Okay.
underneath that price range.
Yeah.
But yeah, if they're resin, yeah, they'll be reusable at least.
Yeah, and we'll take them in for the winter.
Yeah, with those wooden ones, they just fall apart.
Yeah, they do.
Okay.
I thought, Ensco makes a lot of that stuff.
They sure
Maybe
do.
we should ask them if they happen to make something like that, they might. donate.
You know, my best friend works there.
Yeah, my sister.
I'll ask and see if they have any
I know they
of the rain
specialize.
barrels that they make that we can just cut in half, maybe.
Okay.
I know they specialize in shovels and sleds, but
That's
that's their winter problem.
oh, that's Emsco.
Yeah.
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 It's the other one, the one in Lake City, the tank.
Oh,
Sterling.
It's formerly Sterling is now Tank.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I didn't realize that.
Yeah, they were bought out about a year and a half ago.
Sorry.
But they make the rain barrels and some other stuff down there. I'll ask them.
Okay. Very
Ensco
good.
makes something called a spud tub, and it's very similar to what you're describing.
Yeah, I think that's-
Spud tubs. They're for potatoes, but they would work just
Okay,
fine.
thanks for that.
You're gonna look into it then, Steve?
Yeah, I'll do some homework on
All right. Thank you very much.
And I know that Chief and I talked about the civil service test, and you know, we upped the pay rate to part-time police officers, hoping that we could attract some more part-time police. So only to have one applicant, I think, to say the least. Chief and I were both pretty disappointed, but Chief, you wanted to give your report as well?
Yeah, going along with that, yeah, I know we tried this out, the pay rate thing, I think the realization is these young men and women that want to get into this career, most of them come from college, some come from the military, and then in order to go through the academy, they're paying over $7,000 out of student loans in their own pocket to go. And then it's 40 hours a week for over 6 months now. For them to go through that, to look for a part-time job, I think it's just becoming, just to get
Is it 7,000 for 6 weeks?
for 6 months.
Oh,
Yeah, so they're going without working for 6 months and paying $7,000 to get certified. A part-time job is just not looking feasible for them anymore, and especially right now, it's, I think us in Lake City are the only 2 departments left in the county that still hire part-time, so we're trying to fill these part-time spots with departments that are actively looking for full-time officers, so I think just that's what it's coming down to. It's just there's not as many applicants as there used to be. There's not as many people interested in that there were before. I know every department's having issues with getting applicants, but the ones hiring full time are doing better than we are. It's, yeah, to
They-
ask
they-
somebody to go through that, pay that kind of money and make that sacrifice for a part-time job that doesn't guarantee hours every week even, and no benefits is becoming hard to fill more and more.
So is this one, is he on the schedule or will be on the schedule or?
They just completed the test. We've got to go through the background checks,
Oh,
the
okay.
psychological, physical testing and everything. And hope he doesn't get offered a full-time job before we finish training.
Okay, got it.
Anything else, Chief, that you have?
Just one other thing, back to the Church Street house. We've talked with the fire department, the police department's gonna be doing training at that house for active shooter and room clearing training. We've secured an instructor from, PSP that does, from the training center in Meadville. We'll be doing that February 27th. We'll start meeting at 9 a.m. So we're planning on letting the neighborhood know. Mr. Mayor, if you want to try and have some fun with that kind of training, you're welcome to come on down. But yes, we actually use ammunitions training. They're real guns fitted with slightly smaller barrels. They shoot an actual bullet, but the actual bullet itself is made out of soap. So looks like a real gun, sounds like a real gun, and it'll sting like one too. But but we've invited Edinburgh and Lake City Police to join in on us with that. So
I would like to see Peter involved in that night.
I think you should sell tickets. Yeah, definitely.
Who are your instructors?
Rico Coletta, he's head of the Northwest Training Center in Meadville. Now, I believe he's got one of the other troopers just took over, because him and another trooper were the main trainers. The other one retired, and I can't remember his name offhand, but there's a new one that took over for
BSB training.
yes. Yeah, so yeah, we called them up, said we got an open house. This it'd be a nice change. We've done the active shooter training in the schools for years, and it's great training, but this is the first time we actually have an actual house where there's different difficulties and different things to consider. So I think this will be a great opportunity.
Very good.
But that's all I have.
So you're doing taser training too? I got a couple people at the station I'd like to volunteer.
Actually, that'll be in a couple months.
Is that it?
That's it.
Mark? Joe?
I have nothing presently.
Okay. All right. We'll go around. Edie, do you have anything? No? Doug?
No, I'm good, thank you.
George?
I'd like to, I know I mentioned this before, our code enforcement officer. I'd like to see that role expanded than just checking sidewalks. And I think we can, the person, whether it's, we have the right person now, or we need somebody that could be more of a full-time code enforcement officer. And I think right now I wasn't on board when we hired the code enforcement officer. I don't know what the goal was when we did that, but my idea of a code enforcement officer would be somebody who's working full-time, maybe not 40 hours a week, but who's out there year-round, more year-round type of position.
And not just doing sidewalks.
And not just sidewalks, maybe there are more. I know we've talked, we could address it and review it.
Okay.
I don't know where we go from here, but that's just my opinion.
Okay. Jeff? Doc?
I only have one question. On the last page of our thing here, budget financial recap report.
Right.
There seems to be a problem to me. Maybe I'm wrong. I have been before. That the general fund is confusing. Because the revenues and expenses shouldn't be a minus, or the expenses and revenue are switched. I'm not sure. All the rest of them, the sewer, water, electric is good. But general fund is a problem to me.
Somebody look into it and let him know.
Yeah. I'll take a look at that, Don.
Okay. I appreciate it. That's
Anything
all.
else?
No, ma'am.
Bennett? Nobody else has anything else? All right, 5 minutes recess and oh, I'm sorry. I wonder why you hadn't come up there.
No.
Shame on you. Yes, sir.
The only thing I want to know is, have you, the borough, been in contact with the county about the prison gonna lose the funding for the immigrants? No? They had that on the news where, county council, I don't know if it was the council or one of their members wanted to take, away the funds that they get from,
They just brought that up the other night, was it night before last at their meeting about taking away the funds? Is that what you're talking about?
yeah,
Yeah, that's the only thing, I mean, personally that I saw.
Do you want me to just?
Yeah, Laura, you got something?
Didn't spend any of that money yet.
One of the council members had put an ordinance forth about ending the contract with the Department of Homeland Security and ICE
okay.
for housing the immigrants in the Erie County Prison.
Correct.
We had our first reading on that last Tuesday. This Thursday, we have finance and personnel to discuss it. And then the following Thursday will be the vote on it.
Now, what about the individual boroughs? Because if they lose that funding, I'm sure the money's gonna be made up by somebody else, like the borough.
Like the taxpayers of Erie County,
Pardon me?
the taxpayers of Erie County.
So what's, I'm sorry, I'm Dave Schoenberg here.
Hi, Ellen Shelly, Commissioner Council.
County council? Okay.
They're not spending any of the money yet anyways. They're holding all that money. They don't want to spend any of it.
Well,
Because,
they've been using it to pay prison,
yeah, just for the prison, but
salaries.
the excess money, they want to hold. And they don't want to spend it because they think it's immoral to spend money for housing immigrants.
Some of them, yes.
Yes.
So we're gonna pay one way or the other. We're gonna pay through the Homeland Security that they're paying, so we're gonna end up paying taxes to keep this prison up.
But we're also paying $65 million in extra taxes for the Homeland Security too. Just for ICE. So that's coming out.
I don't know how much, I don't know the amount of money they were talking, but it seemed rather substantial.
Last year, just last year in 2025, we received about 1.5 million.
From the Homeland?
Yes, but that also includes federal prisoners that are here for federal court. It's not, it isn't just immigrants. But I could suggest that you come to the meeting, not this Thursday, but next Thursday, and voice your opinion on it.
Well, I just wondered if the borough was contacted about it or had any opinion.
You didn't, I didn't hear.
No, we were not.
No, it's just on the news is what I saw.
It's on our agenda, and then
We'll have to wait, yeah, from county council, what's decided.
It's not our issue.
No,
Not you.
did you, wait, did you have something to say, Mike? No? Oh, all right. Anything else, anybody? The only thing I was gonna add is, from the Erie County Planning at the meeting the other night, we had put in for a grant for the park, new park, and it was held up, and they said, I'd asked about,
I did have a conversation with the county executive last week and brought it up.
right, cause I asked Lisa about it at the meeting,
Mhm.
and she, and they, well, Emerson said, should we, I asked if we should resubmit. And I
No,
was,
she said that you probably do not need to resubmit.
right, that's what
And
that,
she's trying to get settled in, and she hopes that she will get to it very soon.
okay, that's what I understand. All right, so we'll see on that. All right,
Thank you for working on that, Ellen, for us.
yeah,
And
thank you very much.
Thanks for being here tonight. It's nice to see you. Ellen's our county executive rep, our county council rep for our area. Nice to see you here.
Is that it? All right,
That's it.
all right, we'll take a 5-minute break. Executive session for personnel and legal.